Hello, Pisces. Welcome to your weekly reading for August 18th to the 24th. This is for Pisces, Sun, Moon, and Rising. We're going to jump right in. Welcome to a new season. Yeah, Virgo season. You're really going to feel this and you're really, really going to love it. This is new shift that you're already experiencing. This new era, this new you, the prison portal, locked and loaded. If you don't know what the prison portal is, if you're new, look at your August forecast or monthly forecast or any weekly forecast. You are also still riding that high of the Jupiter-Venus-Sirius conjunction from last week. And there's something else happening this week that's kind of part of that that's really, really nice. But you see that we're moving into Virgo season, okay? And right off the bat, we have a new moon in Virgo, like right as soon as we move in. I'm calling this an astrological blue moon. I'm going to tell you why later. But you will have a really big focus on partnerships, relationships, contracts. Yeah, that's great. It's a new moon. It's great. Because when I look at what's going on for you, you've been going through some like money matters and money stuff and finances. And some of y'all are still moving and having to move and things happen with home and family. A lot of emphasis there. So a lot of great things finally, lifting up for you. You had that Mars opposite Saturn. Remember, Saturn is in Aries in your second house. So there was maybe a little bit of a squeeze around that time. Again, look at your monthly forecast. But anyway, this is a really potent new moon that you are going to love. And yeah, it does come with some surprises, and we'll talk about that. Now, August 18th on Monday, you've got the Sun trine Chiron. So I really, really love this for you. Yeah? So it's all about inner healing. It's Chiron, the wounded healer, right? But, you healing and having your spiritual growth and, even healing others with this is absolutely amazing, especially if you have felt, a couple rough edges the past few weeks. Remember, July, August, the most bonkers months of this year. But anyway, the Sun is still in Leo at this point, right? The Sun rules Leo. It's in his happy place. So think of the Sun shining its light on any old wounds, inner wounds, but in this radiant, optimistic way. You got Chiron in Aries. Chiron actually went retrograde, end of July. So this is really, really going deep in terms of your self-worth, your self-value that Saturn has been testing. And money and finances, that is the second house. But at the end of the day, it's the things that you value. And again, the way that you value yourself. So think of this as this high frequency vitamin D coming from the Sun, right? On any wounds, any battle scars to reconnect with your authentic self. And even let that light shining, that Leo light, right? It's your stage, it's your spotlight. Leo rules your sixth house of work and health. Okay, so you see how it's going to just be passed over. I'll explain that in a second, but there's something here where it's restoring any lost confidence in yourself. You've got this amazing new moon for you, a new season for you that you're going to love. Yeah. So just remember, Saturn conjunct Neptune, part of the prison portal, still happening in your second house and, also natively ruling your 11th. So a lot of things that have to do with your social circles, your, support system, benefactors, allies, your squad, things like that. All right. This is you. By the way, Eris is here too. Yeah. So remember, Eris is a planetoid that's, Mars' sister. Remember, she threw the golden apple at the wedding. Anyway, she stirs things up. She's the divine goddess warrior. So this is actually really good, okay? Because she is kind of making you just rip off the Band-Aids for any of these wounds. Because you're just like, no more at this point. You're like, no more. All right? Eris works in your favor because she threw the golden apple to disturb things because there wasn't harmony there. Yeah, there was injustice there. There was unfairness there, inequality there, all for the greater good. So this is actually really amazing. Okay, in terms of facing any adversity, any challenges, it's like you got this. You give 0 Fs. Like you're the Gale Weathers, yeah. You're gonna like she's gonna be part 7. You know, like she's always gonna. Anyway, you see Mercury sextile Mars. I threw this in here too. Remember that's from last week. It's something that you've been experiencing. It's something that you've been feeling for quite some time, about 10 days now. Very unusual for Mercury sextile Mars. Again, just look at your last week's reading. But yeah, you are gonna have. Remember, Mars is in Libra now. That's your 8th house. That's transformation. That's caterpillar to butterfly. It's death and rebirth. You're going through some big changes, especially with partnerships and relationships and contracts and commitments and marriage and creative projects, all of that. Okay, so you got this again. And then the thing I was going to tell you is Tuesday, August 19th, not on the whiteboard, the moon, which is the ruler of Cancer, will conjunct Jupiter, that's exalted in Cancer. So what makes this even special? Remember, you had that last week, that triple conjunction, but now you got the moon in Cancer. Yeah. So this is really, really exciting. Cancer, remember, rules your 5th house of joy and pleasure and romance and true love and creative projects, babies. It's procreation. Some of y'all having babies, but, and congratulations if you are, because it looks like a lot of y'all are. But here's the thing, or grandkids entering the picture, things like that. It's like family energy here. But remember, 2 things here. 1, Jupiter is your ruler. Yeah, your traditional ruler. So you just feel this. You're going to feel this in your bones, right? This conjunction will also trine the North Node in your sign. So you're going to feel this. We're going to talk about it more in the second spread because Jupiter will be at its degree of exaltation. This is a big deal. Now, this is also, let me see, August 22nd. This is Friday. We move into Virgo season. Amazing. Do you see how everything, I love everything that's happening for you. You're moving out of that Leo energy. We're leaving Leo season. We're moving into Virgo season, right? You're a mutable sign like Virgo. And this is you just getting down to business, checking off your to-do list. That's Virgo energy, being very practical, organized with your routines, your work, your relationship with your colleagues, with your employees, with your boss, things like that. That's a big thing here. Your intern from Panama City, whoever, it doesn't matter. But it's health too. Virgo rules health care, your overall health. You'll be getting like doctor checkups and things like that. Also mental health. Remember, Mercury is, Virgo's ruler. Mercury is direct now. That has been a saving grace. That's been amazing for y'all because it was in your 6th house of day-to-day activities. And so a lot of clarity here, a lot of things, a lot of movement, with Mercury sextile Mars too. But Virgo season is preparing for this new harvest, okay? Especially with this new moon. And Virgo, remember, is your opposite sign, meaning partnerships, relationships, commitments, everything that I just talked about, okay? That there's a new partnership forming here. Or big contract being signed, or a lot of y'all getting married. It's just a thing. Congratulations. But here's the thing. The lower expressions of Virgo energy, okay, would be perfectionist energy, or over worrying, or that controlling energy, being very hypercritical. So just be mindful of that. Trust the big picture. All right. And remember, we're all human. Nobody's perfect. We're all human. Okay. Now, what I love about Virgo season is Virgo is a purification. So you even after the new moon, you're gonna be breaking out the sage and doing some detoxing and cleansing out with the old. All right. And Virgo is all about hospitality. There could be something here where it's nurturing energy too. But Virgo is known for service to others. And that's something that I feel a lot of people forget. And it's not, just its association with Virgo, but that's just a core theme in life. Yeah. It's written about in ancient texts and philosophies and religions around the world, everything. That going back to ancient civilization. I mean, this is, and the law of one, if you know the law of one. So really great, because there's a sense of like whatever's happening in your life around this time, there's a sense of like, I'm doing this for other people. I'm providing this art for other people. I'm going to be a lawyer to help other people. I'm going to, you know what I mean? Like, and it looks like they're just maybe even a business partner coming into the scene. Big. Or it looks like for a lot of y'all, it may have already happened. And this is going to be the first time, by the way, in 2 years, the sun in Virgo will not be opposite Saturn at this time. Okay. It's a big deal. Remember, I want to remind you, Saturn will be moving back into your sign September 1st. Okay? Keep that in mind. Now, normally I'd say when we move into new season, astrological season like this, like Virgo season, yeah, this is what you can expect for the next 4 weeks. A lot of focus on your daily activities, work, home, and partnerships, contracts, marriage, relationships. But this is not a typical month or year or decade. Remember, the South Node moved into Virgo back in February, and the North Node moved into your sign. You've been going through a lot of changes this year. All right, Pisces? And that was the first time since 2006, 2007. Think about what happened in your life around that time. All right, you're going to pick up some patterns. But this year, you have been, since February, been working on this part of your life. Yeah, partnerships, relationships has been a big theme for you. Contracts as well, legal matters, all right, marriage, all of that. You're working with past karma here. There may have been changes, okay, with your work, with your health, with your day-to-day activities, with your lifestyle, with your habits and patterns. You probably had a major turn of events in March 2025 when we had the lunar eclipse in Virgo, yeah. And then, in June, Mars moved into Virgo. You've been working. There's been this massive energy that's been building up that you've been working with since then. It's all happening in your 7th house. Okay. So now the sun is moving into Virgo. So it's that spotlight's here for you now. Okay. Shining this light in this area of your life. And you see right off the bat, we have the new moon in Virgo. Now, this is going to be the 22nd, 23rd, depending where you live. Yeah. Because it's happening right around 2 a.m. It's at 2:07 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's my time. New York City time, if you want to convert that to wherever you live in the world, on the 23rd. Yeah. This is at 0 degrees. It's a supercharged critical degree. It's a gateway. It's a reset, big one, okay? For this seeding point for you, okay? Literally, right? It's Virgo. It's like Earth sign. Like it's fertile soil. So the 0 degree, it's just the freshest of the freshest of beginnings, of new beginnings, of the purest form of that Virgo energy. So please plant seeds, set intentions. This is a big portal where things can really root up for you, and partnerships, relationships, work, your day-to-day, and health, and your lifestyle. And when I say this is a really big portal, it's a big one. Because remember, next month, we have the new moon solar eclipse in Virgo at 29 degrees, another critical degree, all right? September 21st. So eclipses, as you know, are 100 times the power of a new moon. And this is why I call it this astrological blue moon, because you got these 2 new moons in the same sign back to back. It's rare. And what does this mean? Other than the fact this also means that you have a lunar eclipse in your sign next month. Like, your life is changing, Pisces. September is eclipse season. You have an eclipse in your sign. But let's focus on this. The new moon with the new moon solar eclipse together. Yeah. This is carrying energy for 6 months into March 2026. And as I've been saying every week for like the past year, take inspired action now, all summer, this month, for where you want to be by February 2026 because of the Prism portal. You're moving into this new area. Your life is changing and you are seeing it. You're feeling it. Everybody on this planet, because it is an energy that is really highly charged, and it's an energy. It's like this, cosmic signature that nobody on this planet has experienced. We're moving into a new era that is new for everybody. And so now you see, other than that prison portal, with this energy, March 2026, now you see another reason why I'm telling you to take action this month. Because when we get to eclipse season next month, that's game changing, right? So, and especially between now and October, yeah, with that eclipse next month, and you're going to have an eclipse in your sign too, Pisces, all right? And so, yeah, for the next 2 months, you're going to have a lot of focus on health and wellness and, work and partnerships and relationships and these new contracts. Wow. Your life is changing. Okay. A lot of big, changes to your routines. Virgo also rules the digestive system. So I would just be mindful of that. And this is what I was talking about with that handover, because Leo does rule your 6th house, and you've been experiencing that since June. And in terms of your work, yeah, Mercury retrograde in Leo. Remember, there was a lot of changes and a lot of setbacks and a lot of delays and miscommunication with work and health and your daily activities. But now that's all direct. And now we're moving into Virgo season. But Virgo natively rules the 6th house. So do you see how you're still going to be going through these experiences, but new ones with a focus on new contracts, new partnerships, new relationships? If you are married, there may be something here where it's like something different in that marriage. Yeah, that's really just that Virgo energy. All right. You may be even doing something like new with your partner. Maybe y'all are starting something in terms of work. You know what I mean? Like a lot of changes. Okay. But it is you working toward your legacy. All right. You're going to feel significant shifts. It's going to be magnified, this area of your life, like a microscope, because Virgo is all about the finer details. And the big thing is, it doesn't mean the South Node is not going to be in Virgo anymore. This is all happening while the South Node is in Virgo. And that's why the weekend is going to be really big. And I'll tell you a little bit later, but out with the old, in with the new. I've been saying that forever. That's the prison portal, but it's also this now, okay? Habits, patterns, routines, outdated systems, it's all ending. Let it end for this new moon. Let new things in, okay? Now, cross watchers, if you watch for your rising or your moon, or for your, husband, Brad, or, your sister or your teacher, whoever, right? It will be the mutable signs that feel this new moon the most. That includes you, Virgo, Sagittarius, Gemini. I am going to throw in earth signs, the other earth signs as well, Taurus and Capricorn. Now, if you know your natal chart, if you know your birth chart, if you have any planets between 0 to 2 degrees, any of those signs, yeah, you are going to really feel this the most. It's going to be hitting those planets. So, Sunday, you see what's happening. So, we have a Uranus square. The sun in Virgo squaring Uranus in Gemini, meaning it's baked into this new moon. So Uranus is all about surprises and the unexpected and breakthroughs. And Uranus in Gemini is in your 4th house, home, family, the foundations of your life. There's going to be the unexpected and surprises and wake-up calls. That's Uranus, right? And again, home, family, but just routines. Yeah. There's the sun in Virgo. So just remember, I always say use these aspects. Don't let them use you, especially with Uranus. He wants you to use them to shake things up. And this is, again, the first time Uranus has been in Gemini in 84 years. This is the first of its kind new moon that we've ever experienced in our lifetime. The irony here, by the way, with Uranus here, is that it makes this new moon feel like an eclipse, because eclipses are game changers and they bring the unexpected. So again, you can use this. It's the new moon is 0 degrees. Think of the Fool card, 0 degrees, right? Or card 0. So it's a new journey. It's this new beginning. It's this leap of faith. You're already building the confidence with the Sunshine Chiron. Do something new here.
plant those seeds. All right. This is going to be amazing. And the Fool, what are the chances the Fool is actually attributed to the planet Uranus? So you may even feel this independent, rebellious, freeing yourself energy, freeing your mind as well. Virgo and Gemini, you're really gonna feel this, okay? The Sun in Virgo, Uranus and Gemini, they're two mutable signs just like you. Yeah? So there's gonna be changes. Just be flexible and be willing to adapt to change. But more importantly, creating that change. Remember, Uranus wants you to shake things up, shaking out the old. This is going to be new for you. A lot of y'all are definitely moving. Definitely moving or getting like a new roommate, or there's just something here with home and family. Buying property. There may be something like, if you've been eyeing a property, maybe the price dropped really low. You're like, oh gosh, I'm gonna buy it now. Y'all crack me up. Okay, so the other thing I was going to say is that, the Sun in Virgo, Uranus and Gemini, not only two mutable signs, but they're the only two signs ruled by Mercury, which is sextiling Mars. Remember, Mercury is still in Leo, no longer retrograde, still in Leo, still in your sixth house. Virgo's home. So truly something shaking up. Truly, maybe even conversations that you're having or insights that you're having here where it has to do with everyday activities or work or your, maybe a relationship with a colleague, employee, things like that. Okay. Health as well. Health matters. And Virgo is highly analytical, practical, researcher. Gemini, very social and clever and quick-witted. So use this moment, all right? And yes, Great Awakener, finally, right? Finally, it was 5 weeks in the works. I'm so excited. Check out my new site. It's going to be exciting. Teaching. I'm going to teachings and the, predictions, all of that. I'll leave a live stream that I did. I walked you through the site. I'll leave it at the end of the video. But thank you so much for all y'all that have already become members. And it's really, teaching astrology too. It's just so much fun. And actually, with that said, by the way, Pisces, just as an example, I just told you that this new moon, if you have any planets between 0 to 2 degrees and those signs, let me just give you an example here. And I'm going to talk more about this for you next week. Because, we have that lunar eclipse in your sign, right? So that new moon Virgo, the new moon solar eclipse that's happening in Virgo at 29 degrees on September 21st. Well, I'm a Virgo moon, okay, at 29 degrees in my natal chart. So you see that new moon solar eclipse is going to radically change my life. It's right on my moon in Virgo. And that's what I'm saying. That's why I give you these, because I want you to prepare. And this is why I do this for you. So you can just prepare in advance because I know that one's going to have a huge impact on me. Now I know. And now I can prepare for that time to come, especially with this new moon at 0 degrees in Virgo. Let's get started. That's, Well, let's just get started. Pisces, I love y'all. Y'all are amazing. Let's see what's going on for you. August 18th to the 24th, Pisces, Sun, Moon, and Rising. And yes, it is. Let me do this. Pisces. All right. And yes, it is pretty dark. I lit a candle for you. I am still working 10, 14-hour days. And I may have to, next week, we'll see. But I'm not gonna let you down. I'll be here for you. But yeah, it was a lot of work to get that site up. And I have to do these. And now some of them are going to be at night because I have to, but hopefully I'll be out of that window soon. I do a traditional Cultic cross spread, offers the best overview. If we need to pull clarifiers, you know that we will. Pisces, and I love y'all. And remember, the North Node is in your sign. Like, you're still going, you're learning a lot, you're growing, you're going through this karmic. Yeah. Anyway, Pisces, let's see what's going on here. Oh yeah. Okay. Big old week for you. Big old week. Whoa. Okay. you're really, really good. You're gonna get a. But there's something I want to. There's something I want to tell you about. First of all, you got the Empress. There you go. Wonderful. The Empress is all that high frequency. It's love. It's self-love. It's super conscious love. It's passion. It's sensuality, sexuality. But this is abundance. You're moving into this week where there's this again, when you got the Sun trine Chiron in your second house, yeah, that builds your self-confidence, self-value, the way that all of that raises your frequency. And we've talked about this. You know how the law of attraction works. That's when you just attract everything. So raise your frequency. It seems like you will. It feels like there's something you're creating. There's this new reality that's happening for you. It's the Empress, card 3, the birth of new things. Yeah. Even like I said, you got Jupiter, Venus, and Cancer, your fifth house of procreation. Some of y'all are actually having babies. The Empress is pregnant. So congratulations. Or grandkids or things like that. But this is amazing. You see this, the golden wheat indicating this new crop for the week of the new moon that I said is a new harvest. Yeah. New things happening for you. Brand new things bringing all this abundance. You see the symbol of Venus and this stone-shaped heart here too. So yeah, there's definitely Venus's love and money and creative projects and yeah, 6 of Swords in the heart of your spread. You're moving forward from things that could have taken up a lot of headspace, things that could have been just like, you're moving forward. And this is very just like, you know what? It happened. I'm not going to hold on to that energy anymore. I am letting go of the past, out with the old patterns, structures, systems. I've learned the things I have to learn. This honestly feels like this week is going to be almost like a rite of passage. Like there's something big happening here. Okay. You're moving in a direction where there is so much more confidence. This Empress energy allows you to move forward. You look at the choppy waters right there. Yeah. In the corner of the card. Look at the direction they're going. All right. So it's like from chaos to calm. You even see the 4 of Swords in your crown, but I love this. Okay. A lot of protection. And then you have the Ace of Cups, but it's in your challenge area. So 2 things here. 1, yeah, there may be something here that you have ended. All right. To have this new beginning. And like I said, that's what's happening this week anyway. Okay. So congratulations. That's you being empowered. The second thing here is, yes, there may be something that you want, something very exciting, something that you know is going to just emotionally fulfill you. But it may not be happening this week. And you're waiting, or you're ready for it to happen. It may just be a little bit longer. That's all it's saying. It's a weekly reading, right? So that's all I'm saying. But yeah, there could be something here. It just feels like there's something here that could have had a big impact on you, like emotionally, even like mentally, spiritually as well. And that could be what you're healing from with this Sun trine Chiron. But look at what's happening. You have the 4 of Swords, which is all about rest and retreat. Yeah. You had that full moon in Aquarius too last week, right? Or, yeah. Or the beginning of last week. Yeah. And so that was in your 12th house. So that's why I'm bringing that up. Okay. So you have this in your crown, the 4 of Swords, all about rest and retreat, stillness of the mind. It's like you were going through, look at, you got the Knight here, right? Well, Knight soldier resting. Okay. So what did I talk about? Like Sun trine Chiron, battle scars. Yeah. Healing. You're healing. This is a week of healing. You see that. Let yourself heal. Open yourself up too. Okay. Let yourself heal. You got the Sun in the root of your spread. So that's amazing because it's almost like you have all that, remember that optimism, that radiance within you, like deep within you. You feel it in your bones, in your gut. You feel it. Let it out. Let it out. It seems like you are. And this is a whole process. Like I said, it feels like this rite of passage, but the Sun is optimism and there's a sense of rebirth. Yeah, this week with the nodes really active. Okay. And even, I mean, it's the Sun. The Sun is card 19. 1 + 9 = 10. There's this rebirth. And you even see by the way, the wisdom child, right? There's and not wearing any clothes, so there's a sense of, again, just this freeness, freeing yourself. Yeah, it's the biggest yes in tarot is the sun. But you look at the feather and the red feather in his cap, in his head. Yeah, the same feather as the fool that he has in his cap. So again, there's something here, this new that you're seeking. There's something here, but you're moving forward and letting all this new energy in, because you got the Page of Wands. Amazing. In your future, remember, new moon, new beginnings, new opportunities. You got this new energy in a really big way. Page of Wands. Wow. This is, look at the desert landscape. Come on. This is someone, look how compelled he is by that wand, which is all about your drive and your passions and a lot of creative energy, but your ambitions. Like, what do you want to build? You got that, like I said, that fertile soil, plant them seeds. Look at the leaves sprouting from the wand. Look how compelled he is. This is the Page of Wands. This is someone who's going to turn this desert landscape into this verdant, like gorgeous, like jungle of his passions. You're good. And he's all about transforming his life. That's all he wants to do. A lot of creative energy and a lot of work energy here. It looks like a lot of you are getting new, like work, career. There could be someone coming through with that page, or even like, message coming through. But remember, big emphasis on partnerships, relationships. They can be in any capacity. Love, work, your banker, your babysitter. It doesn't matter. Let's get to your stuff. You got a great, okay? Let's see what's going on, Pisces. If you like this reading, you're great. If you like, subscribe, leave comments. Tell me what's going on. Y'all are amazing. And I really do want to hear from you. I mean, there's been a lot that Pisces, y'all have been going through, but you're about to go through eclipse season next month. So I really just want you to get prepared now. Please. All right? Please plant those seeds. Take that inspired action. All right? All right. Let's see. Yeah, there's got to be changes this week. There's got to be changes. All right? So, but it's not bad, actually. I'm going to show you something. Okay. Well, you got the Queen of Pentacles. So, again, that energy of just like what I said from the very beginning with money, finances, there could have, a lot of emphasis there for you, a lot of activity there for you. But Queen of Pentacles, really great, because there is a sense of like what I said about that Virgo energy, that nurturing, nourishing, service to others. Look at her. Look at her hands underneath the pentacle. Giving, right? So this is you just focusing on building that world that you want to live in. And having the resources to do so, but you have others in mind. And so there is that love, that gratitude, that selflessness that comes with that Queen of Pentacles, but also this fertility and growth. You see how similar it is with the Empress. They're out in nature. Please spend time in nature, by the way. Yeah. But I'm going to show you something here. Remember, I said even the pomegranates on her dress, the Empress, is all about, fertility, things growing, right? The birth of new things, like I said. A lot of y'all are having babies for real. But you see the bunny rabbit here in the corner representing the same thing. So there's something here that you really want to grow. It's going to happen. You just got to move forward from whatever, it seems like you will, but something that was holding you back. Now, you do have the Tower in your external factors area. What did I say about this new moon? That Uranus is baked in. The unexpected surprises. Keep that in mind. There may be something here where partnerships and relationships is really a big deal for you. When you have Virgo rules your 7th house, like I said, partnerships and relationships. But you have Mars in Libra, okay? So Libra is the native ruler of the 7th house. So you've got the sun and the new moon in Libra's home, and then Mars in Libra for you would be your 8th house, which is partnership building, wealth building. Something's not working, and that's why it's like there's got to be something here. It feels like more of the mind of the way that you see things, your perspective. There's something here, again, you shaking things up, but it's in your external factors area where, again, it just may be something that if you're holding on to something that's not working, like I said, out with the old, out with the old, out with the old. If you're still holding on to that energy, yeah, Uranus is going to take care of that. And it's going to say bye-bye to old patterns and systems and structures. Like I talked about, that's got to go already. All right. So remember, there's no holding on to the past with the prison portal at this point. Okay. No holding on to the past. It's all about creating this new era, new you. And it's it's very harmonious. Okay. So it's all for the best. And look at this. It is. It is. So whatever happens here, it's for the best. Okay. You got that Three of Swords. So with that Eight of Swords too, you got a lot of swords. Yeah. And then all these major, wow, you got actually, wait, is this really happening? You've got all swords and then all these major arcana and core cards. What? Wow. I don't think I've ever seen this, but okay. So, by the way, with that Three of Swords, yeah, partnerships, relationships. There's a little bit of both here. The third card in your staff, where there may be a little bit of you being in a place where I don't want to be in a place where I don't feel loved, or I'm not in a relationship, or I really want this journey with someone else, or to build this, and even getting over this breakup or things like that. There's a little bit of that for y'all, okay? But then there's also a part of y'all that are holding on to something that, again, it's got to end, but you don't want to go through that heartache. And I've talked about this even. Was it your car? It was your, no. But anyway, you have to sometimes go through that heartache to learn how to heal. Okay. This Three of Swords. Yeah. It's a Libra card. Yeah. It's attributed to Saturn and Libra. Yeah. You got a lot happening here. Partnerships, relationships, especially you, specifically you, South Node in your 7th house of partnerships, relationships, where something's got to go anyway, or adjust or change, especially with the way you see things. Because sure, we call this a heartbreak card. It's still a sword suit. It's up here. It's up here. Okay. Something's got to change. Yeah. And it's all about it's mind over matter. It's the way that you see things. You see the rainstorm here. You can see this as like, yeah, when it rains, it pours. Or you can see it as, after the rainstorm comes a rainbow. It's all about your perspective. Yeah. Everything is energy, including the thoughts in your head. And you're going to have a lot of thoughts, but that's really great. That healing energy and moving forward energy. So this is more about, I don't want heartache anymore. I've gone through it and I've learned from it. Eight of Swords in your final outcome. You're going to have to face it. You're going to have to face it with that Tower moment. But it really does feel, for a lot of y'all, I feel like this Tower moment's good for you. And I feel like a lot of y'all want that. But there is, for some of you, with that Eight of Swords here, it's like you've got to make moves. Okay? Don't be afraid to face things that may be hard to face. There may be some new things that are happening in your life. And that's part of it. I'm going to tell you something, by the way. I'll tell you now because this is going to make more sense for you. We talk about it in the second spread. And the second spread, remember, lunations, planetoids, asteroids, things like that, okay? Fixed stars, things like that. And they're the other half of your forecasts. And so one big thing that's happening over this weekend is that the moon will conjunct the South Node in Virgo at 18 degrees. Now, why is that a big thing? It's because that is truly this weekend. Yes, there's something you've got to let go, because not only is it the South Node where you've learned your lessons, you're leaving things in the past, you're going through this karmic energy with partnerships and relationships. We've got to change something here. Yeah. It's at 18 degrees. 18 degrees. First of all, 1 + 8 = 9, right? Fulfillment. Everything's ending, right? Completion. Preparing for 10. So it's already in the South Node. All right. So it's already faded. Okay. the other thing is 18 degrees is the Virgo degree. And you have this major conjunction in Virgo right after that new moon in Virgo. So it can be very emotional, but the Sabian symbol for 18 degree Virgo is two girls giggling over a Ouija board. Virgo energy is a little bit of that. It's a little bit of like nervous energy, like, what's going to happen? You know, like you've got to face your future. You've got to see your future. You've got to take off that blindfold. And even if there's this sense of mystery, there's a sense of like not knowing, seeking messages from beyond or even the subconscious, you've got to make some moves. Okay? Have that nervous giggle energy. Anyway, we'll talk more about the second spread. But anyway, yeah, you're actually really good here. The only thing that would get in your way would be yourself. There's going to be some endings here. This is showing those endings bring this great new beginning. And this is a week where you're going to have to make some adjustments. And it's the adjustments is out with the old. All right. But for you, a lot of it up here. And this could even be a very cerebral week. Remember, don't overthink things. Don't overanalyze things. That's Virgo energy. Very analytical, overthinking. Because that is what we call this the self-victim card. Yeah. And she put herself here. And so her feet are free. She can walk out anytime she wants. You got to take off that blindfold. See where you're going. Pisces. All right. Thanks so much. You know what? I'm going to do I'll clarify that for you. This is just, wow. I can't. Yeah. There's a lot of top heavy, like up here. Okay. Let's see that 8 of Swords. You got to trust me, Pisces. You got to trust me. All right. So if you can walk out and face the things, the hard realities, yeah, and make the changes that you need to make and put your headspace, make room for the new. Look at what you got. You got the Ace of Pentacles. And so there's going to be changes that you're going to have to make, but you see what's on the other side of you, right? On the other side of any of that energy, but you're moving forward anyway. They're just, I think it's mostly like y'all are moving into like new places in your life, new changes in your life. And that could be the thing. It's like, I don't know how this is going to turn out, but you've got to trust you. You got to trust in the universe. Okay. And there you go. You got the Ace of Pentacles, the Hand of Spirit offering you this, the biggest pentacle in the deck. I told you, you got money stuff happening. There's a new path during the new moon. Okay? I mean, with the Page of Wands in your future too. So even if there's something here that happens, yeah? Let's say you, I don't know, a partnership does end and you're like, oh no, like something's coming through. Yeah? Something else is coming through that's better. All right? Remember, out with the old and with the new. It could even be like maybe you're going on a break with a relationship or whatever it is. There's your time you're taking that time, right, for yourself and prepared for anything, not avoiding things, prepared for any conversation that you may have to have or things like that. But whatever it is, when you're at that high frequency, you let all these new things come in. So you're actually really good. And like I said, if there's anything that would get in your way this week, it might be you. There could be something circumstantial, but you have to see it as like, okay, that opened things up for me. That was great. I'm going to work with this energy. But you honestly have one of the most bonkers, like, how is that possible? All swords and then all these court cards and major arcana. This is, rare. This is rare. This is rare. You don't ever see this. But that Ace of Pentacles, wow, new path, new opportunity, especially a new job, maybe just Pentacles are a physical reality too. It could be a new relationship. There's a lot happening here. Home, remember, home and family is a big thing. Yeah. Anyway, Pisces, second spread. Yeah, we're gonna go through. There's so much happening. By the way, There's a lot happening. I didn't even talk about Ceres, which is Virgo's planet, or I'm sorry, planetoid. Demeter in Greek, all about nurturing. And anyway, she's in Aries too. So there's something big happening with her over the weekend. We'll talk about it in the second spread. Anyway, Pisces and tier 3 members, you know where to find the link. Anyone's welcome to join. Really good and legendary members. We have so much fun. Pisces, next week is a big week. We have that rare aspect, the one that everyone's been talking about for the entire year. We haven't seen it since the 1960s. And you've got a lot of stuff happening with Venus next week. All right. Anyway, love and money. Pisces, y'all are amazing. I'll see you next week. Thanks. Bye-bye.